Welcome to today's class. In the last class, we discussed about what is thermodynamic system, what is control volume, and different types of systems. Now, in this class, we will see another concept, thermodynamic equilibrium condition. Okay, what is thermodynamic? Here onwards, I will use TD for thermodynamic equilibrium condition. Thermodynamic equilibrium. What is thermodynamic equilibrium? Okay. Now we will consider a system. This is a system. In that system, a number of molecules are there. Okay, here. Instead of, we are considering classical thermodynamics. Instead of molecules, I can use the term. A number of particles are there. Okay, and within the system, suppose the temperature at the A point and temperature at the B point. Suppose in between these 2 points the temperature is same, then there is no flow of heat energy from A to B. In other words, we can say A and B are in the thermal equilibrium condition. Okay, when temperature is same, then A and B are in thermal equilibrium condition. Suppose for entire system the temperature is uniform, then there is no gradient in between, gradient in the temperature, and there is no flow of heat from one particle to another particle within the system. Then we can say the system is in the thermal equilibrium. Okay, that is the first one. Okay, first one, A, thermal equilibrium. Thermal equilibrium. Right. Second one, these are the particles having episodious motion. That means randomly it is moving here and there and like that. That means it is having some kinetic energy as well as the particles having potential energy also. Potential energy and the kinetic energy. If it is in the equilibrium condition, then we can say it is in dynamically or mechanically it is in equilibrium condition. Okay, that means there is no velocity gradient is existed within the system. Okay, then we can say the kinetic energy and potential energy is in balanced condition, or it is mechanically in the equilibrium condition. Okay, the second condition is mechanical equilibrium. Mechanical equilibrium. Mechanical equilibrium means the potential energy and kinetic energy must be in equilibrium condition. Must be equilibrium. Okay, and within the system velocity gradient. Okay, within the system velocity gradient. Within the system velocity gradient equal to 0. Okay, there is no velocity gradient. Okay, that condition we can call as mechanical equilibrium condition. And the third condition is all the chemical processes are completed. Okay, all the chemical processes are completed, or chemically it is in equilibrium condition. Suppose some fuel content here. Okay, either the fuel may be in or the fuel already need to be complete the combustion or whatever be the reaction related to that. Okay, that means all the chemical reactions inside the system, if it is completed and if it is an equilibrium, we can say the system is an equilibrium condition. Okay, therefore that equilibrium condition is nothing but chemical equilibrium condition. Okay, that means all the third one, all the chemical reactions, all the chemical reactions must be completed. All the chemical reactions must be completed. That means chemically equilibrium. Okay, I can say that is a chemical equilibrium. Right. Now, I will connect this, collectively, I will connect all these three. When a system is thermally, mechanically and chemically is in equilibrium condition, then we can say the entire system is in thermodynamic equilibrium condition. Okay, once again I repeat the definition. Please note the definition. When a system is thermally, mechanically and chemically in equilibrium condition, we can say the entire system is in thermodynamic equilibrium condition. Okay, one more point is all the systems which are undergoes a thermodynamic process, we consider as the process, each and every stage it is in the thermodynamic equilibrium condition. Then only we can represent the same on the mathematical graph. Okay, we can draw the graph for that. Okay, that means thermodynamic equilibrium conditions we are assuming for each state of the system. Okay, therefore this is the one of the important consideration or concept in the thermal engineering. Now we can go for some miscellaneous definitions. Right. Next one is properties of a system. Properties. How we can define property? The measurable quantities which define the state of a system is called as property. Okay, all the students please note it. The measurable quantities which defines the state of a system is called as a property. Okay, suppose if you consider temperature is a property, temperature is a property, volume is a property, mass is a property, enthalpy is a property, entropy is a property. Likewise, these are all measurable quantities to identify the state of the system. Okay, those are called as properties of the system. In the properties also, we can observe two types of properties. Okay, one is intensive property, other one is extensive property. Okay, intensive property. Intensive property. What is intensive property? The property which is independent of its mass. The property which is independent of its mass. That property is called as intensive property. Okay, suppose if you consider temperature. Meeru oka kg same quantity తీసుకున్న మెటీరియల్ తీసుకున్న 1.5 kg తీసుకున్న half kg తీసుకున్న మీరు ఏ క్వాంటిటీ తీసుకున్నా the temperature of respective mass or respective material that is uniform. Okay, therefore temperature will not depends on the respective mass. Right. Now, if you consider pressure, okay, pressure is a force per unit area. Okay, that means that if you consider pressure for particular gas at particular point, it is same. It is independent of mass, pressure, and all the specific quantities. Okay, suppose if you consider volume, volume is an extensive property, but specific volume, that is intensive property. All the specific quantities are the intensive property. And if you consider density, generally this question asked in the interviews and many competitive tests also. If you consider density equal to mass by volume. Density is equal to mass by volume. Okay, here mass term is appeared in the equation. Once the mass term appeared, obviously student thought that density is directly proportional to the mass, therefore it is depending on the mass, therefore it is an extensive property. But it is not an extensive property, it is an intensive property. Okay, when mass reduces, volume reduces. When mass increases, volume also increases. Okay, and density is an intensive property. Suppose if you consider oil, okay, if you consider oil, half liter oil తీసుకున్న అదే డెన్సిటీ ఉంటుంది, 1 liter oil తీసుకున్న అదే డెన్సిటీ ఉంటుంది, 5 liters oil తీసుకున్న అదే డెన్సిటీ ఉంటుందండి. Okay, that means density will not depend on the mass of the respective matter. Okay, but it is independent of mass. Therefore, the property density is a intensive property. Okay, now we will write the examples. Examples for intensive properties. 1. Temperature. 2. Pressure. 3. All specific quantities. అంటే యూనిట్ ఏరియా, యూనిట్ వాల్యూమ్కి ఎంత ఉంది అనేది. ఆల్ స్పెసిఫిక్ క్వాంటిటీస్. Right. 4th one, density. Okay. Likewise, you can define the intensive properties. Now we go for the extensive property B. Extensive properties. Extensive. What is extensive property? The property which extends to its mass or depends on mass, we can call the extensive property. The property which is extend to its mass. Okay, it is called as extensive property. Okay, examples. You can directly give example. Volume. Volume is an extensive property. 2. Enthalpy. Enthalpy is an extensive property. It is total heat energy possessed by certain mass of gas. Okay, ఎక్కువ మాస్ తీసుకుంటే ఎక్కువ ఎంథాల్పీ ఉంటుంది, ఎక్కువ తక్కువ తీసుకుంటే తక్కువ ఎంథాల్పీ ఉంటుంది. Second one, internal energy. Third one, internal energy. And 4th one, entropy. Likewise, many properties are extended to their mass dependent. Therefore, these are all examples for extensive property. And one more thing I want to specify. Property is a measurable quantity at particular state, or the property is a measurable quantity to identify the respective state of the matter or respective state of the system. Okay, ante particular state daggara a property undi, particular condition daggara a property undi. Therefore, mathematically we can say the properties are exact differentials. The properties are exact differentials. Okay, that point also we need to know. Properties are exact differentials. Properties are exact differentials. Okay, these points we need to note. We go for the next concept, state. What is state? A particular system, a system having well-defined properties, then the system is in thermodynamic equilibrium condition. We can say the system is at particular state. Okay, once again I repeat the definition, please note it. A system having well-defined properties as well as if it is thermodynamically at equilibrium condition, we can say the system is at particular state, or if a system reaches a state, okay, that is called as a state. Okay, suppose a system is at a state A. I will draw a graph in between pressure and volume. Okay, PV diagram. A system is at a state A, and after applying some thermodynamic process, it reaches B. Okay, that means when the system is at A, it is in thermodynamic equilibrium condition, and at A, what is pressure and what is volume? Suppose if it is P1 and it is V1, P1, V1 are well-defined properties, and it is at thermodynamic equilibrium condition. Now, when it reaches the state B, at B, it is having P2 pressure and V2 volume. Okay, therefore a particular state it will reach. Okay, and to change its state, A state to B state, a process is required. That process may be adiabatic, isentropic, constant pressure process, constant volume process, whatever it may be. Okay, some process we need to be followed. Okay, therefore a process we can define as a system is changes from one state to another state, then we can say the system is undergoes a particular process. It may be any thermodynamic process, constant volume or pressure or adiabatic or isentropic, okay, like that. Any process we can consider. Okay, system is changes its state A to B, it is undergoes a process. Okay, process means it is in transition stage. Process is a path function. It is not a point function, it is a path function. See, a particular path it will follow. Okay, process means a path function, and it is inexact differentials. Okay, these bits generally asked in competitive examinations. That's why you note it. Process, note down. Process. When a system changes from one state to another state, then the system is said to be undergoes a particular process. Then a system is said to be undergoes a particular process. Right. And process is a path function. Process is a path function. Process is a path function. The second one, when it is a path function, it is inexact differential. Inexact differential. Inexact differential. Inexact differential. Inexact differential. Right? It is there. Next one. If you compare the property, properties are defined as measurable quantity to identify or to define the state. That means it is when the system reaches a state or a point, then property comes into picture. Therefore, property is a point function. Property is a point function. Process is a path function. Right? Now, if you consider definition for the cycle, okay, what is thermodynamic cycle? What is thermodynamic cycle? Okay, thermodynamic cycle is defined as when the initial conditions are restored after completion of some thermodynamic process, we can say a cycle is completed. Once again, I repeat the same thing. The initial conditions of a system are restored after completion of some thermodynamic processes, we can say a cycle is completed. Okay, now on a PV diagram, this is one thermodynamic process A to B. Okay, and B to C. Another thermodynamic process, right? After that, C to A, another thermodynamic process. Okay, A to B, one thermodynamic process. B to C, another thermodynamic process. C to A, another thermodynamic process. After completion of process 1, process 2, process 3, the initial conditions are restored. Okay. Here, this is the PV diagram P1, V1. P1, V1 again it is obtained after completion of thermodynamic process. Then we can say a cycle is completed. Right. And now we go for the quasi-static process. The concept of quasi-static process. Okay, it is very important concept in the thermodynamics. Okay, now what is quasi-static process? Here, if you consider the quasi-static process, when a process undergoes a series of thermodynamic equilibrium conditions, we can say that process is quasi-static process. Once again, I repeat the definition. Please note. A process undergoes a series of thermodynamic equilibrium conditions. We can say that process is quasi-static process. Now I will explain the condition of quasi-static process. This is a cylinder and this is a piston. Okay. Over the piston, this is W1 load placed and this is W2 load placed. This is W3 load placed. This is W4. Okay. Under the pressure of W1, W2, W3, W4, the air is under compression. Here, air present. Okay, this is the air portion and air is present here. The air under pressure of W1, W2, W3, W4, it is compressed. Now, the condition we can know over the PV diagram. Okay, this is pressure and this is volume. Okay, at this condition, okay, let it be P1. Here this is P1 and volume V1. Okay. Now, if I remove the load W4, then the piston will move upward direction, right? And volume increases, pressure decreases, and to increase the pressure and the volume, this comes into equilibrium condition, thermodynamic equilibrium condition. If it reaches, then I will measure what is P2 pressure, what is V2. Okay, but while moving I cannot. But after reaching thermodynamic equilibrium condition, only the respective pressure and volume. Okay, this is position 1, this is position 2. At this portion, I can note P2 and V2. Right. Now I remove W3 also. Then further increment of volume, decrement of pressure we can see. Okay. And after reaching thermodynamic equilibrium condition only, I will take the pressure and volume readings, and that is the third position. I can note P3, V3. Right. Now, if I remove W2 also, then further increment of volume. After reaching thermodynamic equilibrium condition only, I will take P4 and V4. Right. If I remove the W1 also, then the piston will further move upwards, and this is the fifth position, and respect to volume V5, and this is P5. Okay, and each and every position I consider thermodynamic equilibrium condition. After that, if I draw a curve, that is that line, that curve represents a thermodynamic equilibrium line, or the curve represents a process which have thermodynamic equilibrium conditions, or a series of thermodynamic equilibrium conditions. Such type of process we can call as a quasi-static process. Quasi-static process. Okay, please note down the definition of a quasi-static process. When a thermodynamic process undergoes a series of thermodynamic equilibrium conditions, we can call that process as quasi-static process. The thermodynamic process which we are considering in the thermal engineering, all are quasi-static processes only. Okay, even though for the thermodynamic equilibrium position it will take time. Okay, suppose మనం weight remove చేస్తాం, దాని ఇంటర్నల్ ఎనర్జీ అంతా కూడా సర్దుకొని ఒక కరెక్ట్ అయినటువంటి ప్రెషర్ ఇవ్వడానికి, కరెక్ట్ అయినటువంటి టెంపరేచర్ ఇవ్వడానికి, కరెక్ట్ అయినటువంటి వాల్యూమ్ ఇవ్వడానికి it will take time. Even though it is in the fraction of seconds, we need to consider. Okay, even though it will take time, we consider only in the classical thermodynamics, we consider only quasi-static processes. Okay, therefore we can give a statement that all the thermodynamic processes which we are considering in this subject are the quasi-static process. Now we will see reversible cycle, irreversible cycle, irreversible cycle and irreversible cycle. Suppose what is the cycle? Cycle means when the initial conditions are restored after completion of thermodynamic processes, we can say one cycle is completed. Suppose on PV diagram, A to B one thermodynamic process, B to C, B to A another thermodynamic process. After completion of these two thermodynamic processes, the initial conditions at A are restored. Therefore, we can say that is one cycle is completed. Right? Suppose if we reverse that, okay, but at any point of time, if we reverse the process, if the initial conditions are restored, that means C, A to B one process, B to A another process. Okay, in this direction the cycle is, or counterclockwise direction the cycle is completed. Okay, if we do the process in the direction of B to A to B and B to A in this direction, clockwise direction. Okay, in the clockwise direction if we perform the process, then also when the initial conditions are restored, then we can say it is a reversible cycle. It is a reversible cycle. Right. Simply మనకు అర్థం అవడానికి ఒక చిన్న ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీకు చెప్తాను. Suppose a vehicle is moving from higher place to lower one. On a slope it is moving down. Right. If it is moving down at the initial stage, some fuel inside the tank. By consuming the fuel, the vehicle is moving from up to down. Okay? And the fuel, if it is consumed, okay, one process is completed. When the same vehicle moving in upwards, the whatever be the fuel consumed inside, that need to be restored in the fuel tank. Okay, but it never happens. It is 100% irreversible process. Okay, suppose if you take a spring, if you compress it, after removing the force, again it regains its original shape, original size. That means it is a reversible, 100% reversible process. Okay, compressing and releasing within the elastic limit it will happen. Okay, it is a reversible process. Okay, suppose if you do a chemical process, okay, once the process is happened, it cannot be reversed back. Okay, some heat energy will be dissipated into the outside environment surrounding. Suppose the heat is input, and after that, if you reverse it, then it is called as a reversible process. Okay, likewise, reversible, irreversible. Okay, note down, irreversible cycle. After completion of a thermodynamic cycle, even though the thermodynamic process existed in the cycle are reversed, if the initial conditions are not restored, we can say it is a irreversible process. Again, I will repeat the definition. When a thermodynamic cycle is completed and the thermodynamic processes are reversed in the cycle, if the initial conditions are not restored after completion or reversing the thermodynamic process, you can call a reversible process. Okay, now note down the definition for reversible process or reversible cycle. Reversible cycle. When the thermodynamic cycle is completed, after that, the thermodynamic process involved in the cycle are reversed. The initial conditions are restored, then it can be called as a reversible process. Actually, in theoretical process or theoretically we can say the thermodynamic processes are reversible process theoretically, and most of the times while we come across classical thermodynamics and while doing problems also, reversible thermodynamic process we will consider, and the reversible thermodynamic cycles we will consider. But strictly speaking, in reality, always irreversibility is present. Okay, what is irreversibility? What are the causes for the irreversibility? Now, for the irreversibility, internal and external causes are there. Internal, that means internal to the system. Internal and external causes are there. Internal causes. Second one, external causes. Okay, suppose if you consider friction, okay, always friction is present. Due to the friction, some energy is transformed into the surroundings in the form of heat energy, which is unrecoverable. Okay, therefore, due to the friction, the reversibility is there. Due to the wear and tear, reversibility is there. Okay, therefore, this friction those are called, comes under external causes. The internal causes, always a system or gas are having molecules, small particles. And in the small particles also internally viscosity is present. Okay, the internal resistance is present in the form of viscosity, and trapezoidal motion of the molecules are present in the system. Okay, due to the viscosity, trapezoidal motion of the molecules within the system, always the disorderness of the system is increases. The disorderness of the system we can call as entropy. Okay, that entropy is present. Due to the entropy, always irreversibility is present for process as well as cycle. Okay, therefore, the viscosity and trapezoidal motion of the molecules are causes, can be called as internal causes for irreversibility. Okay, and we will see this irreversibility, reversibility and availability. Okay, this we can see separately in the separate chapter in detail. Now just you need to know what is irreversibility, what is reversibility. Okay, right.